Alright, what's up everyone? Hope you guys had a wonderful week. I know the markets weren't really ideal for trading this month. Hopefully we can get a better market condition next month, or better yet, for the remainder of this month. So before we actually get started here on this week's lesson, I just wanted to thank you guys for the positive feedback I've been receiving on these videos. It seems you guys really love the content, and the only criticism I got was the fact that I was kind of slow, and I should pick up the pace, but I actually kind of agree with that comment. I'm doing my best though, so if that's still a problem, there's actually a quick little fix here. Just give me 1 second here. I'm just gonna pull up YouTube and go to one of my videos here. So, and I think this should be it. So if we go ahead and pull this guy over here. Yeah, so if you click on this little gear icon, you guys can actually speed up the process here. I myself actually sometimes, when I go over these videos, to see if I missed something that I haven't, shared with you guys, then I, put it at ×2 and just blast it, and it works. Now, okay, let's see here. So, thank you for that, and last week, we spoke about FinViz and how to screen for stocks. Now we can go into sort of a secondary level of screening here. You could kind of think of this process as the secondary security screening selection at an airport. In other words, after you select the candidates through FinViz and you have ones that you want to dig further into, you can learn more about the companies through either by checking the filings, reports, presentations, etc. And so what are the filings? The filings are just, forms that the companies are required by law to form with the regulatory body, and if you're talking about the United States, then it would be with the Securities Exchange Commission. And so the particular filings that I pay attention to are the forms 3, 4, and 5. These have to do with the ownership and the transfer of shares. Form 8K, these are like events that are, I guess, important that occur within the company, and the Form 10K, which is the annual report, and the Form 10Q, which is the quarterly report. So I think if you're a fundamental analyst too, you would probably look into these, because I think the 10s have the balance sheets and the income statements and stuff like that. So let's take a look at an example here. And before we actually get to that, I'll let you guys know that in Canada, the public has access to the databases which these companies have to file and have online, so then that people like myself and you guys can all have access to them. So in Canada, it's known as Cedar. I hope that's how I pronounce it. And in the States, it's Edgar. Kind of like Edgar Allan Poe from, like, I don't know, for those of you English students out there, or you remember. I remember I had to recite a poem in grade, like, 8. Edgar Allan Poe's Raven. That did not turn out so well. Yeah, I tried remembering that thing like a day before. But anyways, I'm digressing here. So let me just pull that up for you guys. So, okay. So right here. Okay. So this is the Edgar. All you have to do is just type in sec.gov, and I'll have a link to these down in the description box. And so we could look up a couple companies. Let's see. Oh yeah, Sears. Yeah, we'll look at Sears Holding here. And so actually I should probably go back here. Okay, so before I jump a gun and you could choose to either search by the ticker or by the company name. I obviously prefer searching by the ticker because it's much more convenient. And then once you enter your search results, you can then go through the type of filing which is listed here on the left side. And then you can make the comparison to the graph, like, okay, this certain event happened, therefore, the graph did this, or something like that. So if we take a look at the 8K filing here on October 15th, right? So let's just say Sears, even though this would have been a horrible selection. Not unless you're a day trader. There's something weird about Chapter 11s. Because it says right here, so on October 15, Sears Holdings and its subsidiaries filed for Chapter 11, which is, bankruptcy. When you hear Chapter 11, that's they're toast. But if you actually took your time to read this, and you were, let's say, you had a position in Sears, and you took up a stake here on the filing came out, you're thinking, okay, cat bounce candidate right here. So on the 15th is when it came out, and that's when it also made its low, low at 28 cents here. If you could see that L, and here, let me just click on it. I can't actually get it to freeze there. Oh well. So sorry, I'll just hold the mouse for you guys. So if you see under the date where it says OHL, well, the low of day was 28 cents. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay. And so yeah. So the low of day here was at 28 cents. And then now, depending on where it opened, day traders look to, make a quick few dollars here on the bounce on up. But you would know that you shouldn't actually hold on to this and hope that it was going to go higher, because on the filing itself, it says right here, if you continue to read this thing further, it says it will be delisted from the NASDAQ, and it will remove the company's securities from listing and registrations on opening on the 24th. So what happened here? Well, Sears Holding, it used to be SHLD, and now it's SHLDQ because, it got booted to the OTC here. And that's the day that it had its massive red candle here. Yeah, 2 consecutive red candles, and then probably did a bounce in the OTC here. So, this is stuff you guys got to watch out for, because, if you were holding on here thinking that it was going to shoot up higher, well, that's not going to happen, because they're getting delisted and people just want to sell and get out now at this point, if they didn't see the trend a while back for retailers. Yeah, but I again digress. So let's make ourselves over. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the Cedar website here. So right, so this is the Canadian equivalent, I guess you could say, and go ahead and click English here, and then I guess you could agree to those. you could just search the database and then search for a company. Let's do, what do we Canadians love here? We love our weed. No, I'm joking. Just messing around again, trying to get in trouble. Let's see. Canopy growth. That's why I said that. Canopy growth. So there we go. Search. Yeah. So obviously it's not the same kind of filings. Like it doesn't say Form 8K or anything. The Canadian securities laws, I guess, they're obviously different, and you could look for whatever you want and go through that. Where's the other one here? So let's see, where are we at now? Okay, so we're done all that, and if we oh right, just so the little note that I have here, just make sure when you guys do your, I guess, due diligence and screenings and whatnot, you might come across a bunch of press releases. Just make sure that it comes from a credible source and not, a site that's getting, like a random site that's getting paid to publish it, and well, I guess you'll start to notice which ones are the credible ones and which ones aren't. So, in summary of this lesson, ask yourself the following questions. Where can I find additional information about a company to assess whether it is worth investing in? And what are some warning signs, red flags that I should look out for? And we saw a pretty big one, which was, Chapter 11, or delisting date is provided on the filing. So, of course, as usual, thank you guys for watching, and if you like the content I provide, feel free to hit a like, and of course subscribe for more content in the future, and feel free to follow me on Stocktwits or Instagram. I'm also up on Twitter now, and I just gotta work with, I think Twitter was filtering out a whole bunch of bots, and they thought my account was a bot, so I'll be dealing with them there. And of course, feel free to leave any questions or comments you guys have down in the comments below, and I'll obviously leave the links for you guys down in the description as well. Alright, take care.